Yeah, alright. I just love that intro music. Love hearing that intro music. Welcome to another episode of Big Brother Recap Interview with Dylan James. I am super excited that this Big Brother season has started. Big Brother 16. Couldn't be happier. Two-night premiere, Wednesday and Thursday night. Let's get right down. Let's get right down to it. So, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, whatever p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't care. It was awesome. Big Brother's just awesome no matter what happens, let me tell you. So 8 house guests moved in. Who did we have? We had Donnie, Joey, Devin, Frankie, Cody, Paula, Nicole, and Amber. And yeah, they all competed for the first HOH. So they all get into the house. And it seems like Donnie is like really awkward and doesn't know really how to be, and it's extremely entertaining to watch. What was he doing? He's like kind of walking alone, and he didn't want to be in the outside rooms. He wanted to be in the closed door, so he was alone, just kind of like, oh, which bed should I take? I don't know. I just kind of love that scene. I love that they showed his awkwardness and everything, and just why everyone loves him pretty much. So love that he just throws his bed there, and then he goes on to say that he's an awkward one, and he already feels awkward. And you can tell that he just doesn't know how to be in front of all the cameras and meeting all these people, being on Big Brother. Like it's he's hilarious. I hope he fits in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. So and then Nicole, so cute. Him and Nicole are both oddballs. So Donnie and Nicole should start the Oddball Alliance, in my opinion. I think they mentioned in the broadcast episode that they wanted to maybe get things going because I don't know, they're both like the odd person out, so why not start an alliance? I'd love to see that. I think it would be super entertaining, and yeah. And I also loved how Nicole mentioned that she wanted to, or always pees her pants when she gets excited, and she hopes she doesn't pee her pants on the episode. Yeah, we all hope that too, Nicole. Please don't do that. But I just thought that was something to mention. So this is what bothered me about this episode, of course. The first 8 alliance. Obviously, an alliance of 8 is a stretch to begin with. But the first 8, what are they trying to do? Some Big Brother Canada first 5 recap. But thing is that's the first half of the house. Another entire half of the house is coming in. Relationships are going to be built. A first 8 alliance out of the 8 people who haven't even met the other half of the contestants in the game. It's a ridiculous idea, and then it holds everyone. It automatically holds you to a fault in the game because everyone is pretty much going to turn their back on that alliance. It's just bound to happen, no doubt. Like minutes later, almost. But so it automatically makes everyone in that 8-person alliance a liar, and they all know that they are already. So you already can't trust these people that you made an alliance with in the very beginning. So I don't know. It just makes me feel like that 8-person alliance they shouldn't have just had that house meeting or whatever. But I guess it's kind of inevitable, and then what later on happens on episode 2 just solidifies the half and the half house thing. But we shall see. Anyways, does anyone else get this Gina Marie vibe from Pow Pow? Just like and it's funny. Apparently they're friends in the real world. Fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that it was mentioned once or twice in an interview. So yeah, so it's just goes to show that people can rub off on you. So I don't know. They feel like they talk the same, have the same swag almost. And then the best part is that she also has this like Gina Marie to Nick like crush on Cody, which is it was super bizarro in the episode. If you saw it, of course you did. Why else would you be watching this? But yeah, you saw that she had this infatuation with Cody to the point where she was like, "When are we getting married?" Or I don't know. She said something really creepy and weird, and she basically wanted him and started getting obsessed with him real fast, and that's creepy, and it gives me a Gina Marie stamp all over it once again. So yeah, boom, Gina Marie. So, and the more I watch, the more it just reminds me of Gina Marie. But like a more annoying version of Gina Marie, like Gina Marie on the show was actually really entertaining and not annoying to watch. Pow Pow or Paula gives me this weird, annoying, irritating vibe, and I don't know. So I guess she's not exactly like Gina Marie in that sense. So props to you, Gina Marie, for actually being an entertaining house guest and not being super annoying like we've seen with Miss Pow Pow. So yeah, and then the girls automatically, of course, go to start this freaking El Cuatro alliance or whatever that has to do with anything. Alliances starting on the first day are never a good idea because when you start an alliance on the first day, you don't actually know these people and you don't know like their emotions. You don't know how they're going to react to confrontation. You don't know how they're going to react when they're on slop. You don't know how they're going to be when they're around certain types of people. So you don't understand where their head is at, especially when it comes to the game. You don't know their strategic mind inside the game if they haven't even established themselves in the game. How do you know who you want to get out before you even start? So alliances in the first day of the game, in the first week of the game rather, just don't work for that reason, and that reason alone almost, because if you have someone later down on the road that you don't even like, but you can actually see eye to eye to them on a game level, do you know how powerful that can be? You can take someone that you don't like, and if you don't like them, likely that the jury and other people don't like them as well. So you might as well go to the final two of them. But yeah, other than that, but if you find someone who sees eye to eye with you on a game level and you have the same strategic mind almost, it's you're gonna be able to go far as long as you don't flaunt the fact that you have this wicked awesome alliance. But yeah, starting an alliance on the first day, you don't know anything about that person or said people, and you will have no way of knowing later on down the road if they're gonna actually have different game viewpoints than you. And if you have different game viewpoints than someone, and you don't see eye to eye with someone on a game level in the Big Brother house, uh, that person is gonna want to turn on you and gonna want to backdoor you and gonna want to get you out immediately and stab you in the back before you stab them in the back, because they're going to feel the same way and they're going to think that you're going to feel the same way as well. So you're both going to feel like you're coming after each other while you're in the same alliance. So that is why I think alliances on the first day are never a good idea. So bad Anya for the first date alliance. I think it will not last at all. Bad Anya for that El Quattro alliance. I don't think it'll last past an hour after the show aired. Yeah, so anyways, let's go on to the HOH competition. So everyone's finally met each other. They've done all the introductions, yada, yada, yada. No one has noticed Frankie Grande, so that's a good thing, I guess. And yeah, so HOH competition, it's exactly like last year's competition where Gina Marie won the bull in a China shop competition, I think it was called. And yes, the rolling log one where you hold on to the head, and if you let go, it smashes whatever's in front of you. But this year, it was a sandcastle thing. I forget what it was called, rolling in the sand. I don't know. I don't know why it was sandcastles. But if you dropped your rope, your sandcastle smashed. Boo-hoo. So, who was out first? I don't even know. Probably like Pow Pow or someone. Nicole was shortly after. And then some other people fell, and then it ends up being Amber and Frankie in the final two. In the final two, and it cuts straight to Amber's diary room. Well, I don't want to win the first HOH if we're going to be told that we're not safe, of course. So she freaking flips her arms up and lets go of the rope before she slips. Okay, if you are going to throw a competition, at least look like you've fallen. Don't look like you let go and gave up, because that was pretty much pitiful. Amber, everyone's going to know you threw it. Everyone's going to look to you like you're some. They're going to see that you're actually more strategic than you let on. If you let on that you're throwing competitions, they're going to realize that you're hiding things. And if they think you're hiding things, it's just another excuse to put you on the block. So, Amber, bad on you for throwing the competition the way you did. You should have at least slipped and, like, hung on to the rope and then slid off. I don't know, something like that. They hit you with, like, bird poo or something, didn't they? They hit you with some goo, some white stuff, so you should have just acted like that got under your hand or something, slipped off. Don't overact like Arlie did in Big Brother Canada 2, but just fall. Just fall. Don't let go of the rope and then slide around. I don't know. It was embarrassing. So Frankie wins HOH, which is kind of strange and kind of weird, and we don't know what's gonna happen. So he's probably gonna do a good, decent job. I just hope he doesn't let it go to his head and let all that nonsense happen. So yeah, Frankie's the new HOH, and we'll have to wait until Sunday's episode to see who he nominates. And as you guys know, and as you guys probably can't either, I can't freaking wait for that. So yeah, that pretty much wrapped up the first episode. Julie Chen dropped the bomb on them that the HOH isn't going to be safe, and that another 8 house guests are going to be moving in, and another HOH is going to be crowned from those 8 house guests, and then Frankie doesn't feel safe, and it's all like, dun dun dun, dramatic, Big Brother music, scary, scary. Next time on Big Brother, that doesn't happen. But yeah, the next 8 house guests will be moving in. So yeah, that wrapped up the episode of Big Brother, first episode premiere of the 2-night premiere. And yeah, I'm gonna do the episode 2 right now. Alright, so in episode 2, we had Jocasta, Christine, my favorite, and she's kind of rubbing off on me a little bit. Christine, Hayden, Victoria, Caleb, Brittany, Derek, and Zach. That feels like so many. Anyways, so of course, I just really don't like Jocasta just because of her freaking bow tie. Anyways, over it. Okay, so first thing I see is that they all mingle, come inside, meet each other, but right away, half of them, or more than half of them, go into the bathroom and are like, oh, I can already feel the segregation. I can already feel the segregation. And everyone's like, yeah, I can feel it too. Maybe you feel the segregation because all of you immediately walked into the bathroom and started talking shit about the other half of the house. In my books, that's you guys segregating from everyone else, actually. I don't know about you guys, but I think they're the ones who brought it on themselves, walking in the house like that. If you walk, I don't know, I feel like if you walked into the Big Brother house and people are already there, you have to almost show them a little bit of respect because they got there first. Fair enough. Fair game. So you're there, you introduce yourself, and you chat. You want to find out who you're working with. If you do think that they automatically think that there's a segregation or a divide in the group, then you should probably get to know them, find out their weaknesses, and get them the hell out of the house rather than run away into the bathroom and start talking about it. Ugh. People just need to, as soon as they get into the house, play the game and not talk shit right away. Frustration in this house right here. So yeah, they all go into the house table, start introducing themselves, and last, Caleb gives his speech, and it's kind of a douchey, my name's Caleb, I'm from wherever he's from, and I like to shoot guns, or something like that. No, I think he said that he's a hunting guide, and I like to shoot guns, or something, and everyone was just like, huh. Did he say I like to shoot guns? Fact check me on that, but I feel like he said something weird like that, and people were put off by it. I took note of it, so he probably said something weird, and it was just like off-putting. Anyways, alright, and later on in the episode we saw that Pow Pow was actually investigating Caleb in a sense, where they were both sitting by the kitchen table, I believe, where it was, and she was kind of just like slyly asking him questions about himself, and he was giving her honest, straight up answers, and she was able to decipher that he's super conservative, country boy, has his views and sticks to his values, and she didn't really like that, and she was rubbed the wrong way by it, and you can tell. So I don't know, good on her. She did it in a good way where I was actually surprised and impressed that she was actually able to get him to confess his true identity, and and then she was able to decipher how she will probably think he's going to play the game, and how he is going to work with people and be around people and react to certain things. And she basically said that she wants to get him out because she can't work with him. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. It was good on you on Pow Pow. You did a good job there, I think. And then we see the Donnie Cricket whistle come on the show. That was kind of funny. I don't know if that's gonna hurt him or like advance him further in the game. But if someone was whistling like a cricket like that, and then told me later, and then he goes on to the diary room to say that later it's just like a distraction, and like his strategies to actually like distract people with his whistles and wit and funniness and all that jazz to make them not want to put him up or something like that. I don't know. I also found out today or last night or whenever, I don't know, my day was all like mixed into one because of Big Brother. It ruins my life, but I love it. Yeah, I found out that he basically like works for NASA and is a genius, and like is was basic. If he wasn't so scared of heights, he would be an astronaut. Who knew? Uh, I'm pretty sure this is confirmed. Please fact check me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that he can basically work for NASA if he wanted to, and basically be an astronaut. And he could have been on like a 2011 space shuttle. So he's a lot smarter than we even give him credit for. So he's a genius, and if I was in the game, I would want him out right away. If it ever gets out that he's some genius, like, get out of the game. So yeah, hopefully Donnie can keep playing this dummy card and keep doing what he's doing and going all the way, because we like some Donnie in the house. Oh, and then everywhere Jocasta went, she had a bow tie. No matter what she was wearing, it was a bow tie. What's her obsession with bow ties? I really hate that she wears bow ties. I don't know why. It bothers me a lot. It really gets under my skin. I really don't like Jocasta. She preaches her religion constantly. She's running in the house praying, and I don't know, just her whole everything gets under my skin, and I don't like it one bit. So, Jocasta, I hope you're out soon because you annoy me. You're very annoying and I don't like you. Please get out of the house. And then we go to the next People's HOH competition, and it's kind of similar to the first batch's HOH competition, but instead of you walking on a rolling log, you're like hanging onto a rolling log with your arms and legs, like straddling it. And yeah, it just rotated and you just hung on. And so we get down to the final two, and I believe it is, who is it? Hayden and Caleb. And Hayden's like holding on. He's like trying his best. He's like using all his strength that he has, and he's trying really hard. And Caleb, being a cocky douchebag that he is freaking doing arm things and all that nonsense. He's like hanging off and doing disco dance moves, and Hayden struggling like, oh my gosh, his arms are shaking, his hands are shaking, his arms hurt, his hands hurt, his legs hurt, his feet hurt, everything hurts, and Caleb's like dancing around, one arm, one leg off, like doing his thing. I don't know. First of all, if you want to win HOH, you should be humble about it. If you're a cocky, douchey HOH, you just gotta go. You just got to go. People are gonna think you're on a power trip. People are gonna be thinking you're a hothead and making unwise decisions based on emotions almost, and just steamrolling through the house, a bully. So you have to be humble when you're HOH. You have to explain. You don't have to explain a true reason, but you have to explain a reason why you put someone on the block, and they will respect you for it if they understand it from a game perspective, and that's what you got to do. If you're an HOH being all cocky about it and just steamrolling through the game like that, you're going to be up and out the door the next week, or the same week even in this position, because he could be out the door this week. He doesn't know. He's trying to win HOH when he doesn't know he could be out the door the same week. If he's being cocky like this and puts up two people and they're mad, they're obviously going to have no problem with him being out the door the exact same week he put them up. So bad on you, Caleb, for being a cocky bastard during the HOH competition. Anyways, Caleb wins the competition. He's HOH. And then they go inside the house. Julie drops the bomb of the Battle of the Block competition. So I was slightly wrong with my prediction in the Battle of the Block competition. I was right with everything else besides the fact that the HOHs do not play in the Battle of the Block competition. I thought all three team, all three members of each team would can play, so 6 people in the Battle of the Block competition. But it's just each of the two nominees that are going to be playing, so 4 people in the Battle of the Block competition. Winners of the Battle of the Block competition are off the block, and the HOH that put them on the block stays HO. No, the HOH that put them on the block loses all their power. So that sucks. So, this is what I wanted to talk about. So if you're HOH, you would want to put up extremely weak players so you would know that they would lose the competition and stay on the block and they would keep your powers. Is this going to be the only season we see that is actually a smart move to get rid of floaters first? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm kind of confused. Would you want to keep the strong people with you, and would you want them to? Would you want to not want to put them on the block? Because if you put them on the block, they could win the Battle of the Block competition, and then you're not HOH anymore, and then you could go home. So it almost makes me feel like the Donnies, the Christines, the Nicoles, the who else? The people like that. Frick, I don't even know who's in the game anymore. The Derek's almost. Who else we got? We got the Frankie even, Amber, Brittany. Do you want them to go first, and do you want to keep the Devin for sure. Want to keep the Codys? Do you want to keep the Zachs? Do you want to keep the Devins? Do you want to keep the Calebs? Do you want to keep the one of the girls is athletic. Amber's pretty athletic actually. Like, do you want to keep those people and then till the end and not want to put them on the block? Because then later on in the game, I'm assuming the Battle of the Block competition is going to be non-existent. Like, I'm assuming after 4 to 5 weeks, the Big Brother's just going to go back to normal. I'm assuming, because there's not going to be enough people for 4 people to go on the block initially. So I'm assuming that's going to be nilled at one point, sooner rather than later in the game. Maybe about halfway through, I don't know, up until jury at least. But yeah, it feels like all the weak players, and then a lot of the weak players actually have a strategic mind, so it's almost like, are these strategic players going to have to go out first? But I guess if you're a strategic player, you'll work your way around it. But I don't know, I'm just kind of worried for the season because a lot of my favorite picks and players are the strategic, like, floater types, and I never pick a big athletic guy, and it feels like this season the big athletic competitors can go far because they're not going to be put up on the block for fear of them winning the Battle of the Block competition. So I don't know, I'm little confused. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes as the weeks go on, but that's just my thoughts on how that went down. And then to shock to all of America and me especially, the America's vote for Team America, which ends up being a 3-person alliance. It's almost like Season 10's America's Player with Dan Giesling, where he was America's Player. And no, what am I saying? Not Season 10. He was America's Player for a week, but I'm talking about Season 8, America's Player Eric Stein. Why did I say Season 10? Maybe because I'm just a big Dan fan. But Season 8's Eric Stein was America's Player for the entire game. This is almost like America's Alliance, so Team America. So I guess we're going to be voting for each member of the Alliance, and then later on we'll be voting on what these people are going to be doing in the game, whether that be like secret tasks or who they want else to align with, who they want to vote out. Who knows what we're going to have to make them do. But at least, as long as it's not too influential in the game, I think this Team America is not a terrible idea. It would really suck if they didn't get along or they didn't like each other, but who knows if that's going to happen. And then I think we're all shocked that Frankie wasn't even chosen to be the first person as the America's Alliance. And as a real big shock to me, it was Joey, the makeup hairstylist or whatever. I just didn't see anything special about her. I mean, she had a good bubbly personality, I guess, but there's many more standout competitors and standout house guests that I feel like would have gotten more votes. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe after people seeing the first episode and getting to know the house guests a little more, they'll vote someone else. But I'm still thinking Frankie's going to be in the Alliance. The third house guest, I don't know, maybe Donnie. He seems to be kind of popular, or Cody, maybe he'll get all the girl votes, or who knows. We'll see. Definitely not Pow Pow is definitely not getting any votes. I don't think anyone really likes her right now. She's super annoying. So yeah, the America's Team America seems like it could be interesting. Well, it'll probably be really fun to watch. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how that plays out. So yeah, that's how they wrapped up the episode there. They dropped the bomb. They dropped those bombs. We found out that America picked Joey for the Team America, and yeah, wrapped up the 2-night premiere. And I guess on Sunday's episode, we'll find out who the have and have-nots are, who Frankie and Caleb put up, and probably who wins the Battle of the Block competition. So we'll end up finding out who's the last HOH standing and who are the last two people on the block. So hopefully we get all that information on Sunday. I can't freaking wait for it. And yeah, I'm really excited. So this part of the episode, I'm going to drop some major spoilers, some live feed spoilers. So if you're just a plain show watcher, I really, 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 really advise you to stop watching now, because I am going to ruin it for you, because I'm going to drop some spoiler bombs on all y'all right now. So spoiler alert, please do not watch if this is happening. If you are watching the show and don't have the live feeds, if you keep up on the forums, you can watch this, because I got this information from the forums. I haven't been able to watch the live feeds constantly. I was at work all day. I just got home and started recording this, and the live feed started at 1 a.m. last night. So you can tell me when I could watch them. So I'm gonna obviously watch them once I'm done this, because I'm super excited. Anyways, all right. So this is what I've come up with the live feeds so far. So Frankie puts up Victoria and Brittany, which I found quite strange, because I thought him and Victoria hit it off quite well. And then Caleb puts up Donnie and Paula. Victoria and Brittany end up winning the Battle of the Block competition, and that leaves Donnie and Paula on the block, and then Frankie losing his power completely, and Caleb remaining the HOH. So that's kind of really unfortunate. I was really hoping Frankie would be HOH over Caleb, and I definitely would prefer Frankie's HOH nominations over Caleb's, because Donnie is now on the block with Paula, and right now it's really not looking good for Donnie. He's got the target on his back, and unless he wins Power Veto, it looks like he's going out the door. As of now, I know, obviously a lot can happen until Thursday's episode. This is going to be a long week, I get it, but unless he wins Power Veto, it's not looking good. I would love if Paula just walked out the door. She's so annoying, and I called it. I said that she would be out the door pretty much first, because I said she was like a Kat Yee like character who was out first on Big Brother Canada 1. So yeah, Caleb's the remaining HOH. And we're kind of having a change of heart for Caleb, because apparently he doesn't want to sleep alone, so he invited Frankie to stay up in his HOH room with him, and so they're like kind of a little cute alliance right now, so that's kind of funny. So Donnie and Paula, yep, are still on the block. Donnie is the target. He'll be going home. He hasn't really integrated socially, and people are thinking that he's smarter than he's letting on, and he actually is, because he is a genius. Apparently, Zach sleeps all dang day, and when he is up, he's super energetic, but he's playing way too hard, way too fast, kind of like O'Brien from season 10, like I predicted once again. So a lot of my predictions are actually coming true, which, I don't know, I've never really done a voiced prediction that I've recorded, so I don't really remember what every single one of my predictions are, and I'm quite impressed how well my review went for my review that I posted earlier this week, how well it's going and how much it's transferred into the game itself, and how it's actually, I'm on the right track with most things. So yeah, well, what was I talking about? Yeah, Zach. So he's got a couple alliances going on so far. Apparently him and Frankie have a final 2 deal, which is kind of crazy. So apparently Devin is being a huge bully and like rampaging around the house, making girls cry, being super OCD, bipolar. People are calling him crazy. He's getting mad over like things being dirty, people not washing the dishes. Well, if you're going to live in the Big Brother house, you have to realize that you have to live with these people, and they're not, people don't live the same way you do, dude. So, you do, dude. So, yeah, you just got to learn to live with it. People aren't going to wash the dishes at the same time you do. People are going to do different things, and you just have to learn to love that, or learn to live with people that are slobs. So, and if you got a target on your back already with all your muscles, you can't be rampaging around the house, making girls cry, being a bully, and having people even more threatened to you, not only in a competition sense, but scared that you're actually going to make them cry or hurt them or something. I don't know. So, Devin, you're playing a bad game. You're going to be out soon, and sooner already. You're already got a huge target on your back. Don't make it any bigger. You got to be nice to people. Integrate. Learn about their social lives. Like, get on with it. Get on with the game, buddy. He's not going to last long if he keeps doing what he's doing. So Frankie is doing a good job. Even though he lost his HOH power, he's already best friends with basically everyone, and he makes everyone laugh. He's in a lot of conversation with everyone. He's playing pretty much an Andy-like game, and no one's the wiser yet. I know it's early in the game, so he's gonna have a bunch of alliances, and I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's in a really good spot right now, so he just needs to do what he's doing, solidify his spot in the game, and just rock it on. Um, Caleb, yeah, Caleb's rubbing off on us a bit. He doesn't seem as bad as his 2 years ago social media posts have told him out to be. I know it's early, so maybe his true colors haven't come out yet, but he, everyone else has described him as a gentleman and a sweetheart, and he asked Frankie to share his HOH room because he doesn't want to sleep alone. And he has this weird, crazy obsession with Amber. And when he's talking in at night with Frankie, he asks Frankie to talk to Amber for him, find out if Amber likes him, and if Frankie thinks that Amber likes him, and all that. So Caleb's acting like a little high school boy for Amber, and I don't think Amber's feeling it at all. So that's funny. Uh, Amber also apparently seems like a genuinely nice person. I don't know. We shall see. I haven't seen much of the live feeds personally, so I'll have to watch and judge that for myself. She made a huge. Okay, wow. Nicole, apparently, we heard in her diary room sessions and her intro that she was really afraid of ghosts. Well, it turns out that she's so afraid of ghosts that she can't go to bed first or sleep alone in a room because she's so scared of ghosts. So she needs someone to sleep with her, and apparently her and Christine are really close, and they've had that thing going. So hopefully, I really like Christine and I really like Nicole, and I think that's like the best alliance ever. So I really hope they go far in this game together because they're both quirky, they're both fun, and Nicole is a little kook, and I love it because she would make a fuss about not having to sleep alone because of ghosts. So if you guys haven't seen any pictures, the Have Not room is a deep freezer. So it's really cold in there apparently, and the beds are blocks of ice, and which are probably some sort of hard plastic or wood or something to look like ice. And the sheets and the blankets are tinfoil. So that's really, those like space agey, like I think they're like fire blankets. I don't know, those like tinfoily, rustly blankets, and they're super annoying for watching the live feed. So anytime they're in there, it's real annoying. Yeah. So and apparently this is day 7 in the house. Apparently the house guest mentioned that it was day 7. So if anyone wants to know what day it is, and I guess it's day 8 now, or maybe it's still day 7. I don't really know. So they've been in there about a week. So it's almost 2 weeks until the first person is going to be evicted. That is crazy. There's going to be a bunch of double evictions this season. It's going to be awesome. Who knows what's going to happen? Who freaking knows? So what else we got going on in this thing? All right, so let's get on with the alliances in the game. Apparently there's a bunch of alliances going on. So it has been a week already apparently. So I guess now is an okay time to start alliances. So we already have the obvious alliance, Team America, which is Joey Van Pelt and nobody else so far, 2 other members of Undisclosed. We have the one I just revealed, Nicole and Christine, which apparently called the butt-to-butt bed buddies because they sleep in a bed together, butt-to-butt. So that's another alliance. Frankie and Zach are in an alliance. They have a final 2 deal apparently, and they have the name Zranky is their alliance name. That's really stupid. That's That's real dumb. So Frank and Zach, I like you guys both. So I hope that could be a good alliance. I mean, they both seem to have like a strategic mind. As long as Zach like tones down his crazy eagerness to play the game, I think they could do a good job. And as long as they're not overt and open about it, then we're all right. And then we got this alliance of 8. The Bomb Squad, which is an integration of both sides of the house, both 8 halves that came in separately. We've got Frankie, Caleb, Devin, Cody, Derek, Zach, Amber, and Christine. So yeah, that's the Bomb Squad. Apparently they met up in the HOH room and just like hashed it out and created this big alliance. So that's that's that, and then that leaves with Victoria, Brittany, Jocasta, Donnie, Paula, and Hayden with no alliance at all. So that's fine. I had no high hopes for most of those people. Besides Donnie and Hayden, the other people can walk out the door. I don't really care about that. I feel like I'm being sexist, but I don't know. These girls just seem like they don't really bring much to the game. And yeah, that's all I have for you for live feed spoilers. I'm going to go watch the live feeds right now. So yeah, that's all I have for you for Dylan James does the Big Brother recap and what is it? Big Brother recap and review with Dylan James. Yeah, so like this video, subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys like my interpretations and my insight to the game, and tune in for next week's episode on Saturday. See you guys.